Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. In this brief video, I'm going to share with you my strategy, how I am setting all-time highs nearly every other day here on the channel and beating the market consistently. About 85% this year, I'm beating the market. That's daily. 85% is about my daily average of beating the market. How am I beating the market? What's going on? What happened yesterday in the sell-off? All of that's going to be explained in this video. My strategy, how I'm going to be at $90,000 in the blink of an eye. Remember, I started with $5,000. I don't do any options. I never short stocks. I only own the S&P. And if it wasn't for trading Virgin Galactic, I'd bid $110,000 already, but that's okay. Good lessons learned. So what is going on? Let's first of all look at where the live markets are today. So if we scroll down, I'll show you I'm 100% in the S&P 500. As you can see, people keep telling me you can't get rich just owning the S&P. You can, and you won't have any heart attacks either. I am 99.98. The reason why there's 0.02 left is because, or 0.05 as it is now, is because I have a few free shares of Apple as I win them on Robinhood. That's the reason. Otherwise, I'm 100% in the S&P. Now, as you can see, the S&P right now, today, if we look at the S&P right now, it says it's up 0.32. If you look at my portfolio, I am up 0.45. So I'm beating the market. That's how you measure that. I'm beating the market. Now, why am I beating the market if I only own the S&P? How is that possible? Well, it's possible because I'm using margin. Should I use margin? Is margin a good idea? Well, I might explain, in fact, I will explain all about margin on another video. If you click above my head, down below in the description, I will put a margin video out for you explaining all of the margin situations. And I know I've been margin called before, not technically, but I did experience it, if that makes sense. Anyway, all that will be explained in that video, a margin video for you. Okay, without further ado though, let's carry on. If you tap the subscribe button, and if you hit the like button, that would really help the channel. Share it out. So basically what happened is this. Yesterday, and I'll share with you the news. Yesterday, in fact, I can't share the news now. It was yesterday. It's gone from my trading economics timetable. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Yesterday, what happened was we got the FOMC minutes from Fed Jerome Powell. We got the minutes and it said inflation is sticky. We already knew that. That's why we cover all the FOMC reports live and the Q&A, very important, news report at the news questions, Q&A from the press at the end. And that's also why we cover all the earnings. So we know what's going on. The minutes only confirm what went on in the meeting and what was said and all the documentation. It doesn't really tell you anything new. However, Wall Street, remember, is a trading platform. They're not investors. They don't just buy and hold forever. They trade. It's a cattle market. They're in one day, they're out the next day. Very different strategy from an investor who buys the businesses, holds them, and keeps accumulating along his lifetime journey. Very different. So what they did was they saw an opportunity to sell the market. They did, because they knew they could sell the market, take profits. It would go down primarily because they're selling it, and they dump it and everybody else dumped it and down it went. Well, people saw that as fear and it went down even further. Stocks that weren't making any money went down 10%. Hence my live video yesterday saying down 10%. You can go and watch that video. Click above my head and I'll share that with you as well down below in the description. Yesterday's live video. You can see that happened live. So what did I do? I looked at, and because we follow all the earnings, because we follow all the FOMC reports live, the macro conditions haven't changed. In fact, Nvidia had a fantastic earnings, and not just a good earnings, but a good projection that we know where it's going this year. We know where it's going this year. We know what they're doing. We know how much money they're going to make. We're looking at the numbers. We're doing all the studies and all the rest of it. So for me, it's still bullish. We've got no real reason to sell out. And I know we've got a long weekend, but we've got no threat of a war breaking out over this weekend. There's nothing sort of in the background any worse or better than it was yesterday, but the market sold off. That's what they do. So more people jumped out of the boat and sold, took profits. I had many of you here on my live show saying, why don't you take profits? Then you can buy back lower. but then of course you'll pay tax on those profits, and then of course you've got to find the right level to buy in, and you've got all that stress and drama. I didn't worry about that. I looked and I went, when it went down 1.5–2%, I just loaded up, and when it went down a bit more, I bought some more. And this is exactly what I did, and that's why I'm beating the market today. So if we look down here at the S&P 500, as always, I'll share with you all my trades, all my live positions, all my money, everything. This is my bank account. I don't have a bank. I have a Bank of America with zero in it. It's, well, $10. It's all in here, right? Yesterday, May the 23rd, you can see there, I bought 3,399, 2,421, and 2,417. I bought all that yesterday. Very aggressive, using margin, bearing in mind now Robinhood is 2%, $2,000 interest free, plus you've got the rate now just come down to 6.25, because they know, and we all know, even Wall Street knows, Jerome Powell knows, the interest rates are coming down late in the summer. I've been saying that now for 2 years. Wall Street know it, we all know it, except we don't pretend we know it, because we dump the stock going, oh, it's all going rubbish, everything's going down the toilet. No, it's not. Because here we are today. Yesterday, everyone dumped it and everyone's buying it back today. Well, what's the point of that? Well, of course, they sold it, took a profit, and now they're buying it back and doing it again. So yesterday, it presented me an opportunity. So that's why I'm beating the market again today. 85% of the time, I'm beating the market with just the S&P. With no risk or drama. 1 quarter ago, I was earning about $300 a quarter in dividends. This quarter, coming up next month, I'm going to be earning somewhere in the region of $400. And I hope it goes down another 10% between now and then, because if it does, I've got about $80–90,000 to spend on margin, and I'll be earning somewhere in the region of about $600–700 a quarter. I will go even more in, absolutely, unless, of course, the macro conditions change and there's something much worse on the horizon. But there isn't. So anyway, that's why the markets went down yesterday. That's why I'm beating the market. That's why there's another all-time high on the horizon. And that's my strategy. It's very, very simple strategy. And I wanted to put this video out because there are still lots and lots and lots of people, maybe less than 1%, but a lot now. We've got nearly 25,000 subscribers that are trying to discredit and saying that he's manipulating the market, or he's pumping and dumping stocks, or he's doing this, he's doing that. I only own the S&P. I only recommend anyone buy the S&P. I never even suggest anyone should buy any stocks at all. I just provide the information, the news, and that's it. My job is to provide the news. Now, as I'm on the subject, just this morning, before I was on air, I was having a conversation with some of those who work at GameStop. I don't mean work at the shops. I mean on the boards and stuff like that. As part of the Meet the CEO series, GameStop is just down the road from me, not very far down the road, headquarters. And I'm making some friends there as well and finding out what's going on. We all know about the meme craze. We all know about that. However, what's going on with GameStop right now is the business is not a great business. It's doing okay. I wouldn't buy it even if I was a trader. But I'm trying to gain more information there, because one thing I want to put clear, and many people still not got this clear, so I want to try and put it to you in another way. When I keep saying that GameStop is going to zero, what I'm saying is GameStop is going to zero. You're going to zero. The business itself is not going to zero, even though it's not a great business. I don't like it at all. It's not going to zero. It holds some cash. It's not going to go bust right now. It might in the future, of course. Anything could happen. I'm not suggesting it's going to zero now. I'm suggesting you are going to zero if you play this game. It's a very, very dangerous game. But of course, for the sort of people that are gambling and betting on GameStop, of course, remember, they call themselves apes, and they go off cartoon pictures, cartoon characters, and also, cartoon style thumbnails, and it's those headlines which attracts them. There's no doubt about it. If you put going to zero, they click on it. I'm not making that up. I'm not talking nonsense. I'm not doing any clickbait at all. If you follow the video and listen to what I'm saying, you will know that I'm not saying, and I'm saying again, the stock isn't going to zero, but you're going to zero. That's what I'm saying. And of course, they watch it and all the rest of it. So that's what it's all about. I'm trying to get the news out to people, but when I'm dealing with people that look at comic books and don't read balance sheets, I have to make the thumbnail comic book style to get them to look. And hopefully they'll look and realize, okay, there's no value in this at all. Same as FFIE, and perhaps they make money without losing it. Remember, it's really, really easy to make money. It's easy as falling off a log. The hard part is to keep it. But the reality is, it's easy to keep the money as well if you don't gamble and you don't take silly, unnecessary risks. Nothing wrong with trading GameStop and FFIE. I wouldn't do it, but I understand why you would. But just understand what is actually going on. When people on Reddit say we're all together in a group and we're all, hold on, boys. You know, I see that when I look around. They're all going, don't sell, boys, hold on. No one's actually listening because they go, yeah, okay then. And then they just go out and sell it. And if they wasn't, of course, and if I was making that all up and they were all standing together, then of course the stock wouldn't look like that. But it does. It just keeps on going down because the very people in the very Reddit rooms that are saying, don't sell, are in fact selling. If they wasn't, it wouldn't keep going down. So please be careful. That's what my videos are for. That's why I do this. I try to help people. I'm not trying to influence stocks. I'm not in the stocks. I'm just here to try to help you. It doesn't matter to me whether it goes up, down, or sideways. We're here to help people. All the links for all those things are above my head. And now you know why I'm beating the market and why I'm up today. Down below in the description. Over here, I'll put more information in the series, and down here as well, some videos I think you'll find useful. If you are interested in that margin video, I will put a margin video out, how I got margin call, what it's all about, should you use margin, and I'll put that below in the description. And perhaps I will. I'll put that down there. There you go. The margin video is just down there. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.